All right, thanks for finding me on Fiverr, and thanks for choosing me. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in with the analysis here. Um, so with every new student that I have, and again, thank you for being a new student. I hope we work together quite a bit over the next year, 2 years, 3 years. Um, every student I begin with, I always do an analysis on body alignment. Um, and I just kind of want to point some things out. Not only body alignment, but I just go over fundamentals as well, I should say. So I just want to point some things out. Um, some issues with your setup, first of all, before I uh, go into any kind of swing details. And honestly, I don't want to overload you because some things about the swing, need to be over a few period of lessons. Like, you don't pile it on all at once, otherwise you do get overwhelmed and it's horrible, and you play absolutely horrible. So some of these things might feel basic to you, but it's a building block, all right, for future lessons, and this is just how golf lessons work. You just got to slowly build one thing on the other, and eventually you look like this guy over here on the right. So this is one of the models I use. This is 2000 Tiger. This is probably the best golf swing ever, in my opinion, as far as technically and repeatability. So some things that I wanted to go over was one, I wanted to go over, like I said, the alignment. Now, excuse me, sorry. Um, I drew some lines on Tiger here over on the right. These lines, this first one at the bottom is feet. I'll just clear all these. This is his foot alignment, knee alignment, hip alignment, and finally his shoulders. And I want you to point out and see how consistent this is. All right, and how, I'm trying to think of the right word, how parallel all of these lines are. All right, I'm going to go over to your swing over here, or your setup. I got your feet pointing out to the right. I've got your knees also out to the right. Your hips are slightly on, but they're a little bit pointing to the right. But I have your shoulders dead on with your target, which is that right there. So, first thing I would do is I would put a club down. All right, I'm going to use a different color here, but I would put a club down and just hit balls right with a club right here, with your feet kind of not on it, but next to it to give you an idea. But this would, again, allow you to give some kind of visual baseline on where to align your feet, align your knees, same thing with your hips, and then finally your shoulders as well. All right, so you've got to do this first before we do anything else. We've got to fix our alignment, and then the rest is going to come. Next, I wanted to go into your swing a little bit. Let's see here. You click play. Here we go. So everything, I do like a lot about your swing here. There's some good things going on. I think this looks very athletic. And honestly, this position's pretty good right here up at the top. You'd be amazed at how much I can't get people to do this right there. I mean, that's beautiful. So then we go into kind of lose our balance a little bit. So I know you're kind of a newer golfer or haven't been playing for over 5 years, I would say, but there are just a couple things that I would focus in on in order to get better. First of all, like I said, alignment. Okay, next, I want to work on your setup a little bit too. I want to point out a key aspect here. Do you see how crowded your arms are? You're almost reaching out, but then there's no room for your hands here. Whereas I would show Tiger here, his arms are almost relaxed straight below his shoulders. So Tiger is bending a little bit more right here at the hips. I'm going to show this line here. He's bending a little bit more right at the hips, keeping his spine a little bit straighter. Still straight, but what I want you to do is bend a little bit more from the hips, but still maintain this spine. And again, your hands will then, you should be able to relax your hands and have, or let them drop straight down, and you should be able to have this kind of space gap here. This is limiting your swing where it is right now, and it's causing, I want to show you something, it's causing this jump at the ball. Alright, so we've got to fix this first, and I want you to think about why you're jumping. Alright, I want you to watch your hands here. Our hips are in the way. Alright, they're in the way for you to swing this club. So the only possible way you can swing the club and hit this ball is if your body goes this way. Alright, so I'm going to slow this down for you. Watch where our knees go and our hands go. They go backward, and that's you standing up in your swing to make room for your hands to pass. So again, we have to fix our setup first before we do anything else. Alright? Make room there by bending at the waist a little bit more. Letting your hands relax more right here. And that will create a little gap. Okay, and I want to give you one little swing thought here too. Is when you're at the top here, I want to draw a line here. Your first move with your hands is almost kind of this direction. Alright? What I want is the first move of your hands to feel like you're going to put them in this pocket right here on your right side. Now I'm going to go over to Tiger over here, kind of show you what I'm talking about. Now that's a feeling, but his hands are much closer to his body here. Alright? His hands are much more in. Alright? I want your hands at this position, kind of more this direction right here. Alright, I kind of, and this clip here isn't the greatest for, because like I said, this is 2000, so we didn't have HD back then. But I want you to see hand position, and I'm going to clear all these lines. His hands are much more inside, whereas yours are kind of this direction. Tiger's are coming from the inside a little bit more. So again, from the top of your swing, feel like you're going to put your right hand in your right pocket. Alright, my lessons are cheap. Alright, I want you to hopefully get something from this and come back to me because I want you to have a better game. Alright, hopefully you get something from this. Work on those 3 main things that we just talked about there. Take a good video, and I can't wait to work with you again. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.